Before I begin this, I should tell you that I am not a paid reviewer. My blog is not some fancy craft blog that centers on projects and freebies. It's just blog, okay? And in the blog, I give you real life, things, what's going on with me, how the state is cheating us on our taxes, and we're really close to seeing homelessness if it's not fixed, things like that. And as such, this means that not being a paid reviewer, okay, I'm not going to be nice for the sake of not losing the company's support that has sent me a machine to review or a paycheck, okay? I'm just not nice. And one thing I've noticed about the people who review things out there is they're almost all, well, we have to be professional. And so they don't really say what they mean, and you've got to read between the lines. Well, if you've never dealt with something before, you're not going to read between the lines very well. So I'm going to say it like it is and say it like how I see it, because I'm just a regular person talking about my experience here. I'm probably going to touch on the past 4 months, if not 5 years at this rate. But I'm going to be talking about the Inspiration Vue, which I just got yesterday. Okay, so now I'm going to turn my head. Whee! Okay, I'm going to turn my head. And I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to hope you can see it, because I can't look at them, the thing. Let's see if I can. Okay, this is my Inspiration Vue. Okay, just got it yesterday. It's shiny. It's brand new. You can tell it's hardly touched, like hardly touched, even though it's been 24 hours. And we all love to play with our shinies when we first get them, right? Well, this is the third cutter I've owned in 4 or 5 months. The first cutter I owned was a Cricut, the latest Cricut, because the review said it could cut shrinking inks, and that's what I want a cutter for. I had it 3 hours. It demanded I hook to the internet in order to use it. In other words, I had to be on the internet. If the internet was down or I didn't have access or whatever, I would not get to use my Cricut. So I took it right back to the store and returned it with tears in my eyes. My second cutter, which I cannot show you because it's not here, is a Silhouette Cameo. Some people some of the reviewers, I don't know if they were paid or not, said, oh yeah, it'll cut shrinking inks. Lies. It will not cut shrinking inks. I'm giving you this situation now. It will not cut shrinking inks. And my Silhouette, the cutting arm, which on the Vue, that's what this is. The Silhouette cutting arm would slip in the middle of the cut so that a round circle would become a half circle, or any number of things. When I called their tech support, they were very nice. They forced me to troubleshoot. They forced me to send their cutting files, and then they tweaked them and sent them back so they would work right. Even though the machine started out working great and could cut a sheet of stickers of, upwards of maybe, as many as I could fit on the page, it stopped being able to do that within a week, and the company told me that it was because the Silhouette can't handle that much. And you say to them, but it could at first, and they completely ignore you. They did at one point suggest they were willing to honor the warranty when they were told, hey, look, the arm is making horrible grinding noises. But they insisted on contacting me directly and getting through, and never mind that my husband was the one with the time and I was the one with the fierce deadline. So when we finally did get to where we could start arguing with them to get the warranty fixed, they tried such wonderful things as, well, didn't I know that the machine wasn't registered? Didn't I know that this machine was registered a year ago, even though I hadn't even had it a year? Didn't I know that it was probably all this troubleshooting they wanted us to try again and again and again and again? And finally, when I told them, look, I've had this a couple of months. You can keep delaying me, but can you do it for 10 months? Because that's when your warranty runs out. That's when they decided they were going to honor the warranty. They made me pay to send it back, despite the fact that it came to me broken. And they keep hinting that, there's a chance it may not be registered, quote unquote. They keep saying, if it's registered, if it's registered, if it's registered. So with the way I have been pushed around by the Silhouette company, I have no faith in them. I understand that the new Cameo came out like a week after I bought their Cameo, and if they won't honor the warranty, they may have to send me a brand new machine, but I don't really want their brand new machine. I want my machine working, and I want to never have gone through this. So that's the Silhouette. So unfortunately I can't show you that. The Vue can cut shrinking inks apparently, according to this chart that took me all day to find on the internet, because Vue users are not real big on sharing their settings. It can also cut aluminum cans, which is kind of cool. Okay, and it would be great if it would cut aluminum cans, if it would cut. My experience with it so far is I used the quick start guide, because that's what you're supposed to do. I followed the instructions meticulously, and the driver wouldn't load right no matter what I did. So I called their tech support. Really polite people. This was after sitting on hold for more than 30 minutes, listening to the first of overtures of Ode to Spring, and then a phone ringing. If I were epileptic, I would have had several attacks. But the gentleman was really nice, and walked me through some stuff that wasn't in the instructions or on the internet. And when that didn't work, he said, well, I need to go into your computer in the back door and find out what the conflict is. But I can't because the system's down. And sure enough, all night long, the entire Pazzles website was down. There was no Pazzles. Okay, fine, except there was this thing. My husband also works tech support. He came home. 6 hours later, he had my Vue up. This is what he did to get the Vue up, everybody. He uninstalled the stupid thing. Then he went into the disk where the driver is, because the tech support guy told me, or hinted or whatever, that to get the driver on, you have to install their software in Vue. That it comes within Vue and it just bundles itself automatically. My husband went into the disk, found the driver, and installed it manually, and now the Vue is recognized on my computer. Voila, people. Just a tip there. Voila. Don't listen to that freaking cloud crap. Okay? So, alright. So, I have Shortcuts a Lot 4. And the reason why, in case you haven't gathered, is because I have more than one cutter. And I'm probably going to have more than one cutter through the course of time. It's just the way things are going. And I don't want to have to keep building projects. So, Shortcuts a Lot 4. Let me put this back on my head. Get this lined up, because now I will show you what happens to me whenever, So I've got it all done. I've got the machine calibrated, because before you do your first print and cut, okay, you need a calibrated machine. All right. So I ended up loading their stupid InView program to calibrate it, because Shortcuts a Lot 4 will let you calibrate a black cat, but not the Shortcuts a Lot 4. Isn't that great, everybody? Yes, I thought so too. So I'm going to load my project that I have been trying for 24 hours to cut. I do not know if you can see it. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yes, it is a set of Applejack charms. You see, the reason why I'm getting a cutter is because I really, really want to make charms. But my hand is old and tired from years and years and years of working and supporting kids who told me that I was a bad person for keeping a roof over their head. And I want to make charms. I want to make charms like, I'm going to have to switch the Logitech screen so I can make sure you can see it now. Sorry. I want to make charms like, see, I know you wouldn't be able to see it. Let me go over here. I want to make charms like this one, okay? And I want to make charms like this little baby who, she's acrylic cut, expensive to have made, and I will, I want to have more acrylic cuts made, but I also want to make my own at home. It's just something I want to do. Okay, I don't want to go through the whole drama. And this charm, and this charm's very popular. I don't have very many of them left. And this little kraken. Okay, I want to make charms. Okay, so I got the stupid Vue for one thing and one thing only: to print and cut shrinky dinks. Print and cut shrinky dinks. Yes. What the heck is wrong with printing and cutting shrinky dinks, really? Okay, so here's my thing, and I'm going to go through the process. Okay, it's already set. I've already got them on the page how I want them. Their cut files are already done. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit preview, and I'm going to look for the single boring registration mark up here. I'm making sure it's well within the border, and I know because the one whole time the Vue cut for me, okay, it cut, that's where it was, so I know that it can do it sometimes. Okay, so now I'm going to hit cutter, okay, and then I'm going to go to print and cut. And this is problem 1. Do you see this? Let me make sure it's okay. Yes. You see this? Yeah. What the heck? Yeah. Okay. I hate the cloud. I hate things that rely on the cloud. It is stupid. Okay. So, all right. Use software, force, and speed. Custom preset of material is, you know, that. And then I'm going to go here to my Canon dialog. I'm making sure print registration marks is on. I'm going to go ahead and turn on preview before printing. And then I'm going to tell it print if it would just let me. Oh, never mind. I just accidentally told it to go again. Okay. And there it is. And you'll note that 2 of my little guys is missing. And since this is like a test run, I really couldn't care less. But I would normally be going, why? And trying to figure it out. Okay. But I don't really care because that's not my problem right now. You know, not my circus, not my monkeys at the moment. Start printing. And now, you know, and now you see the big printer over there? Yes. The big printer is printing, blah, 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 blah. I guess I can give you elevator music while you wait. Do, dee, do, 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 dee, do. Do, do, do. Megamind. Do, 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 do. On the wall there, you can see some more things I made. You know, it's just, you know, it isn't that I make a living off these guys. Like, I haven't sold a single thing all last year. It's just, this is what I want to do. Other people make cards and cupcake toppers and stuff, and I just really just want to make Shrinky Dink charms. I've been in love with Shrinky Dink since I was a kid. Okay, this is kind of dumb. And, you know, of course the printer would choose now to clean itself. Because that's what you do. Okay, so in the meantime, I will prep the mat. And watch that fall. Okay, what you see here is the Vue mat that has been there for one whole cut. This is the cut I tried to do last night. You'll note that it's not touched. Look at that. Yeah, and the mat is, of course, grabbing the paper because, you know, they make the mats extra sticky when they come. And by the way, you're supposed to like prep the mat and make it not sticky. I'm going to end up having to scrape the mat and re-glue it myself because, you know, I really don't have anything good to say about the mat system. You're supposed to like touch it several times with this stupid thing to make it not so sticky when you used it. Well, you know, apparently that doesn't work. Okay. You're not going to get to see what's going on because I'm not going to worry about the camera at the moment, but I am trying to get the paper onto the page. I just don't know if there's going to be enough on there. But yeah, already within 24 hours, I am going to have to clean this mat with Goo Gone and restick it with Easy Tack. How stupid is this? Alright, so make sure I don't know if you're going to be able to see what I'm doing, but I am going to put this in the Vue now while my dog decides to lie and say he has to potty 5 minutes after he pottied. Alright, because that's what you do. Alright, that little red light is the eye, the bane of my existence. These automatic eyes that all of the fucking companies are going to. I mean, you know, but you're going to see that for yourself. All right, so going back, make sure it's aimed, and it's not. Okay, going back to my Shortcuts a Lot program. Now I'm going to tell it start scan. Back to the cutter. It's thinking. It's going to take it another forever, which is kind of, you know, God, I might as well just, you know, cut with scissors. Now, this is not a Shrinky Dink paper that I have on here because I cannot find any settings for a Shrinky Dink. The professional reviewers that all praised this machine all said pretty much the same thing, but in different ways. This machine has a learning curve. So when I got it, I thought, learning curve, okay, well, you know, I can learn. What they really should have said, that I'm saying for you people now, is this machine has scant support. People who have problems like what I'm having are ignored in forums. The tutorials are next to non-existent. And by learning curve, what they really mean is experiment and hope you don't break your freaking machine. Okay. Now it's looking for the single registration mark. I might get lucky. It might cut this time. No, it's not gonna. Now, with the silhouette, when this happened a lot, because it too has a stupid automatic eye, I would have been able to hit buttons, reposition it, move it to where it needed to be, and tell it to try again. This is its trying again. Yeah. I can go into, oh, freaking Christ, shortcuts a lot, which of course I'm not going to get you now. I can go into shortcuts a lot. God, I hate this machine. And there's nothing here. I am unable to use the dialogue. I am unable to do a damn thing. Not a damn thing. And this is my experience with the automatic eye and the Vue. I have indeed looked high and low for what to do, and there is nothing I can do. In 24 hours, okay, 24 solid hours, me staying up until the sun came up, crying my eyes out, trying to get this giant expensive paperweight to work, okay, it cut once, all right? And when it did cut, all of the cuts were off. Can I calibrate my Vue in Scow so that it won't be off anymore? No, I don't own a Black Cat. I don't get to have a calibration button. Does the tech support in Shortcuts a Lot respond to my email? Not yet. I admit it hasn't been a long time yet. They probably haven't even, you know, they're probably off for the weekend, and I'll probably have to wait till Tuesday, by which point I'm probably already going to have bundled this piece of crap up and demanded my money back, because this is stupid. This is the most stupid default freaking bad design in a cutter yet of the 3 that I have owned in 5 months. And there's nothing I can do to get the eye now where it needs to be. I can't do anything. None. Okay, that was the pause button. Now it's paused. Now I just accidentally turn it off. Now, in order to get the mat out, I have to turn it off and start over. On my computer, because I had to turn it off, okay, if it would just let me get to the dialogue, fuck, turn it off, okay, it's going to tell me now that my cutter doesn't exist. See? Look at that, guys. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that lovely dialogue that says cutting machine could not be found. Please make sure it is connected and turned on. So I basically have to unplug the piece of crap and count to 20 or 10. Okay, it's actually in their official instructions on this is what you do with this stupid piece of crap. Okay. And then plug it in, and it may or may not be recognized now. I am beside myself on the faulty design on this thing. And they touted it like it was this godsend to cutters everywhere. And I'm yet to see it. I have yet to see how this is a godsend when it can't even, you know, when it can't even. So I just hit start scan again. And we're waiting because that's what you do. Which I don't know if this means the machine has a slow processor or what, but I have a long wait similarly when I send a single page with one little dot to my laser cutter. So you do. All I want to do is print and cut. That is all I want to do. Hooray for all of you people out there that you're happy with plain shapes. Hooray for all of you people out there that are actually getting to print and cut. But so far, no dice here. And I can't find any documentation to learning curve from. I can't get any response from anybody to learning curve from. I posted in the Sure Cuts a Lot forum my problem about how I can't calibrate through Sure Cuts a Lot, and I got told, well, they don't monitor this forum. Okay, you need to contact their tech support. Okay, that's nice. I want my money back. Oh, isn't that great? It's pushing the mat out. Yeah. Inspiration Vue people, honest experience. I'm not getting paid to review these pieces of crap, so what you see is what you get.